Parlay pals, sending pics like it's draft day. Maybe we'll give a little lesson like a half day. Now watch us make the line move, what the graphs say. We've been on the grind making mad plays. See, we like the Fab Five, but we don't take timeouts. Watch us change the ball game and take the baseline out. Life's a party, yeah, we know it, but it's game time now. Our profits rocket to the moon and we on space time now. You see, we trying to beat the bookies like we're Tyson. Listen to the pod, we're trying to bring the people right in. Show them how to do it, we gon' talk and get you through it. We the best that's on the pod and guarantee we gon' prove it. Parlay pals. Parlay pals. Parlay pals.
Welcome back to Parlay Pals for the last time of the year. It's all coming to an end, sadly, but let's address what happened last week. And the boys were 4-0 going into the Saturday night banger, and Joey two-time did his best Hector Neris impression and blew the safe. He blew the safe. Oregon got manslaughtered. Manslaughtered.
It just doesn't feel like it fits. I don't know why. Like, it definitely fits, but like the word manslaughter feels weird.
I agree. I thought it was
manslaughtered. Manslaughtered.
But yeah,
they got destroyed.
Well, we manslaughtered the first 4 games.
It's true.
Very true.
That's a very underrated part of this. We hit all our 4 bets by like 20 points.
That's what Sean was saying. He said it was a very easy 4 games.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Regardless.
Very easy last game too. We never had a chance.
That's true.
Facts, dude. You know what? The only pull I
play the whole way.
The only pull I have from the whole thing is, which dude at work told me today. At least Oregon didn't lose by 2 points. Like, what if they would have lost by 2 and they would have covered it, but we would have just taken the spread? I would have been twice.
I took the
Chris
spread,
would have won.
so I would have been
twice
okay
as
with
mad.
that.
And you didn't have to watch past like the first 8 minutes.
That's true. It was over. Yeah.
No, I'd rather them have the heartbreak.
I'd rather
feel it in my grasp, and then at the last second they rip it out of me, and my heart's just on the ground and they're stomping on me.
Well, that's the exact opposite of what
Yeah, I don't
happened.
want that.
Well, I mean,
I'm saying I'd rather-
I didn't have to watch the game after halftime, so that was kind of nice.
And also, any like little bit of hope we had going into the half. What was it? A punt return or
It was a punt return. What was it? 21-0.
something? I believe it was
And
like
then they
21.
returned a punt return like 6
to, like,
seconds.
go into the half. Yeah.
Did they miss like 2 field goals in the half, too?
What?
Did they miss like 2 field goals in the first
Oregon,
half?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got smoked. What did it end up being? 38-7.
38-7.
So here's the question: Do we regret the no hedge? Do we regret not hedging the Oregon game at night?
No, it's more fun. It's more fun.
Facts.
I was the one who was like most vocal about hating this pick, and I still maintain like I'm happy that I didn't hedge. I actually doubled down on the bet that I hate.
What do you mean?
I took the money line after, like spread, after I had the parlay, and then I was like, fuck it.
It just
One
felt
bet.
like our week.
Everything was going the right way.
The way it went early, it felt like Oregon was going to come out and steamroll.
Yeah.
And it's like Utah was the whole play, and like I know we always get on Joe for being biased, and like I guess this Oregon pick was pretty
The thing with
biased.
Joe is he like progressively like gets his bias. Like he doesn't start off biased at Oregon. He like gradually becomes more and more biased by Oregon by the
But I'm gonna
Started off
defend
biased.
them because they've hit for them all year. They have.
I haven't lost someone.
Yeah, I'll
that was
defend- I'll
the first
def-
Oregon.
Them
game.
beating
Like, it's a
Ohio
dumb-
State
it's a
was the
dumb
worst
pick.
thing to ever happen to Joe.
It's
ever,
a dumb
because
pick, but I'll defend him.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
At that, when Oregon beat Ohio State, Joe was never not going to take Oregon.
well, they
Especially when they were dogs.
They continued to hit for him. So like I mean, you can't get mad at the pick, even though.
Dog, we watched them
I
play
think
against
it's
Ohio
fine.
State. They
I agree. It was
fought.
a dumb, like it was like Utah was the play, but if a team is hot for you the entire year, and then you get points at the end of the year, you're probably gonna take
It was coming to the point where anytime I saw plus in Oregon, I was like, oh, Joe's picking Oregon.
And they hit for him all year.
Yeah, they did.
Until when it mattered.
Well, it was by far our most fun week. We were 4-1. Make sure you go give us a follow over at Twitter at Parlay_Pals. We're talking about possibly doing a bowl contest where we would pick all the spreads of the bowl games. Maybe you Venmo me $10. We'll make it open to the public, go through each game, make a half-hour show. We've watched a lot of college football over the season, so it'll be very informative. It'll be a fun show, and it'll be the last bang before we head out for the season. But before that, the college football playoff rankings did drop today. I wasn't prepared for it, but it ended up coming out. So we'll go through them. So as the number 1 team in the playoff remains Georgia. Number 2, Ohio State moves up. 3 is Bama, and Cincy finally sees their way into the top 4 for the playoff rankings. Fellas, anybody can take this. first thoughts on the playoff rankings just dropping 20 minutes ago.
Well, can you drop 5, 6, and 7? Because I feel like that's the front four.
The front
feel
four,
like
I think,
people
is
could have
correct.
guessed.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
we'll
correct.
drop 5, 6, and 7. 5 is Michigan. Obviously, they have a big game this week against Ohio State home. Notre Dame 6. Haven't really played many difficult opponents. OK State is 7. I think that's probably the cutoff on who can make it in.
I agree. So, just first thought on it. Some things are solidified. Georgia now locked in. They can lose the SEC championship game, so you can count them in. Ohio State 2, Michigan 5. One of them's in, one of them's out. So you can lock that in too. That's 2 spots. So then you have.
So the Michigan Ohio State game is basically a play.
Yeah. I mean that's your semifinal game.
Do you think if Ohio State
What?
loses that somehow, and then
They can't because they'll be a 2-loss team and they can't even play for their conference championship.
that's tough.
So yeah, like Bama can be a 2-loss team in the SEC, but at least they played for a championship. Ohio State can't even play
Wait,
for their conference
what if
championship.
Michigan State loses? Wouldn't they make it still to the conference championship?
Michigan State's out.
All right, well, let's solidify a few things. So Georgia plays,
Georgia's in. They
Georgia
play
plays Georgia Tech this week.
Yeah.
They're number 1. They're already in.
They're locked into the playoff.
Bama plays Auburn without a Bo Nix this week, and they're sitting at 3, but they're going to end up playing
Yeah, they got to play Georgia.
Georgia.
So that's where it gets tricky. So I think the big question at the end of the day is you have let's assume Cincy runs the table, which
Since he's
I know
got
we're
ECU
assuming-
this week.
ECU, and then I believe Houston in the conference championship.
ECU out.
But you don't think that's an easy game? Cincy against ECU.
No.
Oh, I don't think it's easy either.
ECU
I think
out.
that could be a game.
ECU's a good football
Though
team.
Cincy did manhandle, word of the day, manhandle.
No,
manslaughter.
should have used.
Manslaughter. Since he did manhandle SMU 48-14, I was not expecting that. I was actually on SMU, but maybe ECU gives them a game. Then what my question is this Oklahoma State, they play Oklahoma this week. And they're sitting at, what are they sitting
They're
at?
at 7 right now. And
They're
Oklahoma's
9-1
at 10.
now?
Yeah, they have
One
one
loss.
loss. They're 10-1.
Who'd they lose to?
We went over this Baylor.
Baylor,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So say, what's best case scenario for Oklahoma State? Michigan to win or Ohio State to win?
I don't think it
Ohio State.
matters because one of those 2 teams are going to get in. You can lock in a Big Ten team and Georgia. Those are the 2. So there's 2 playoff spots locked, and then you're looking at
They need Cincy to lose.
Yeah, or that's the conversation. Let's say a 1-loss Oklahoma State team they beat Oklahoma this week and then they beat Baylor next week, and then an undefeated Cincy. Who's in? Who's out?
You could also say if Cincy loses to ECU,
Well, they're gone.
and then Michigan beats Ohio State can possibly get into the 4 spot, not playing for a conference championship.
No, they'll
No, I think
You think they
the
put like a Notre Dame
I
in?
do.
Yeah, 100%.
They have 1 loss.
I don't know, dude. I
Notre
feel like
Dame
the
brings
pub-
the money.
So does Ohio State. That's
Yeah, so
like everyone's
they
favorite.
both
So
do.
does-
I don't think then you just go.
Dude, what if
right.
Georgia loses to Georgia Tech this week?
They're still in. I think they're still in.
What if they lose by 83?
Maybe they're out.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
know.
They might be out then.
All right, well, I
I
guess
mean, what
that's
do you
all we
think?
can
All
cover.
right, so let's say a 1-loss Oklahoma State and an
Be
undefeated
right back.
Cincinnati. Who's in? Who's out?
Cincy.
A 1-loss Oklahoma State and
Yeah.
an undefeated Cincy.
Yeah. So
And
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
State.
State beats who in the conference?
They got to
line?
beat Oklahoma this week, and then they got to beat Baylor again next week.
I think
Or
Cincy's
Oklahoma.
in.
Cincy will probably be in, but I think a lot of people would argue that Oklahoma State's resume is by far better than
Yeah.
Cincinnati's.
Because I mean that would be.
That's why we're saying if Cincy loses for some reason to ECU this week, they're
Well,
done.
they're done.
They're done.
Cincy, yeah,
Cincy can't lose.
Every game they've played has been lose, you're out.
Yeah.
They've had to go undefeated the whole way.
Yeah.
So let's say they do it.
And now
Oklahoma
that
State's
Notre
gotta
Dame
win.
win just keeps looking better. and
Yeah,
better
'cause
and
now
better
they're
and better.
sick.
And Notre Dame plays Stanford this week, and they don't have a conference championship.
But Stanford's a killer.
So Notre
Stanford
Dame
beat
is gonna
Oregon.
sit
Stanford
around.
beat
So
Oregon.
Stanford-
Don't sleep on Stanford.
But just for the purpose, I mean,
It's anti-Stanford too, ain't it?
I'm pretty sure
but
it's like a 19-point spread.
But obviously, Stanford
14.
wins. Stanford wins. Notre Dame's out. We all know that. So let's say Notre Dame does win. So they're sitting around.
So
Cincy goes undefeated. They're sitting around. OK State runs the table. They're sitting. So everything stays the same.
This dude Roger said that Stanford can't beat Notre Dame because it's a 19-point
They can, but, like,
First of all, it's
what's
a 14-point
What's
spread.
the point of having
ECU's
competition?
getting 14 from Cincy, and they're in ECU.
I think ECU has a better shot
Yeah,
than Cincy.
but it's
than
like no
Stanford.
shit if they lose, they're out. So
I think
what's the
any team
conversation?
can beat any
So-
team on any given
So
day.
basically, the summary of this playoff is there's nothing really. I mean, everyone's just waiting around. You gotta wait. It almost sounds like people can't win their way in. It's like people still have to wait. It's like you have to win and wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this to see, you mean? I think if Cincy wins out,
Like, there's no team where it's like-
they deserve to be in.
Yeah, but at the same, it's not automatic. Like any one of these teams wins out, it's not automatic. Whoever is 4 down.
This is the
That's
first time
mi-
you
mi-
said that. In
Because
Actually,
Oregon
that's a
dropped.
lot. Michigan.
If Oregon won outright, since he didn't deserve to be in, Oregon did. Oregon got the doors blown off him by Utah, like yesterday or Saturday.
All right, so there should be a
Since
lot.
he deserves to be the 4.
A lot more shuffle. I'm trying to see if there's any other big games that are going on this week. Michigan, Ohio State,
Kent State
Oregon State.
Kent State wins. They go to the MAC championship.
Oregon State
Let's
winner
go.
goes to the Pac-12 championship game. That'll be a big game. That's a rivalry game.
Some
But
good
in terms
games.
of like the
Dude,
playoffs,
ECU,
that's it.
dude, ECU wins on Friday. They might have a chance at a New Year's 6. Fuck a regular bowl. Like, hell yeah, baby.
All right, well, let's get into our standings through week 12. Let's flash them up. Shawnee Brawny takes sole possession at first place at 8-4. Joey 2-time slides down to second place, 7-5 with two very bad losses.
I mean, the two biggest losses of the year.
I mean, if you're looking at resumes.
Hold up, what?
He has one of the biggest.
One is, you have the second biggest.
He has
loss.
2 of the top 3. He has 2 of the top 3.
2 of the top 3
Yeah,
losses.
2 of the top 3.
That doesn't get you into the college playoff.
No.
Because you could have hedged both of his. You can't hedge mine.
No.
You can hedge. What do you mean?
No, but
yes, you
Ryan's
can.
pushed, so it was only a 4 thing anyway. So it
You can
doesn't
still
matter.
hedge.
No,
Uh,
What do you
Money
mean?
Mike
You literally can.
is in third, 6-6.
Well, you
I
can't hedge because you
Look
didn't
at
even put in the
no. Actually,
play.
I could be. I
This is
could
a big
literally-
week for you. You can
I
get
could
over
literally
500.
be like 10-1 or 10-2.
Yeah, but you could also be. I mean, that's true. Oh well, if you win this week, you're over
What's that
500.
even mean? You
I don't
could
know,
be
I
this,
don't
you
know.
could
His
be
bet
that.
doesn't even matter because he doesn't even put in the parlay. So what's it even matter?
Prove it.
You've said it to all of us. I don't put in the parlay.
All right, that's fine. He doesn't win when we hit that. That's the issue.
That's
I'm
his
5,
loss.
6, and 1.
He would have saved some money this year.
End the season hot. I'm undefeated without the clipboard. I don't know if anybody's paying attention to that, but ever since I got rid of the clipboard, I'm undefeated.
I think
And
I
the
got the
Treyman-
clipboard.
I
Can you
also-
bring the clipboard in for me?
No, I'm undefeated. It can't be within 100 yards of this.
I'm stealing the clipboard.
I don't
then-
think it's the clipboard.
Treyman's 5 and 7. Coming alive late as well, so I will say you are
Could be
Treyman.
worse.
Could
Could be worse.
No clipboard. All right, week 13 picks.
Wait, coming alive late. Did you win last week too?
I'm on a one-game winning streak.
That's what I'm saying. What do you mean? Coming alive late. You won
Coming
one.
alive.
2-1 in my last 3.
Alright.
We're
Coming
nitpicking
alive late.
now.
I'm 2-0 my last 2.
Nice.
Yeah, but you're actually 0-0
I'm
because you don't.
7-5 on my last 12.
Yes, I do.
You know.
Yeah, but
week,
you feel very bad.
last week
I'm
was the
8-4
only-
in my last
only
12.
week I didn't.
Stop letting Chris's loss just float in the wind.
But you can hedge
That's
it.
the only other
It's
time
I
we were
remember
4-0.
his loss.
Oh, there was
It
a
was the
Cincy
first
loss.
one.
That was a
First
Cincy.
loss.
It was a Cincy
And
I
then
loss.
won that week.
And no,
We
yeah.
all won. We
That
won
was
4-1.
that was your bet that if you lost, you were gonna pay for everybody. Your USC
You went
Notre Dame.
4-1 that week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
oh,
the
yeah.
first one to lose, and I put the 4-leg in after, and I
Nobody
won.
cares if you
Oh.
put the 4-leg in after. You lost.
I also
That's the biggest loss. That was the biggest loss of the year.
I know, what Chris
He won
doesn't
too.
understand.
I also put the
What Chris
4-leg.
doesn't understand is I also did the same thing. We lost millions of Americans a 5-leg parlay.
Millions.
Millions of Americans.
Millions.
Oh my-
Hundreds of millions,
Hundreds
actually.
of thousands of hundreds of millions tune in every week.
Billions.
You can't give them winners.
Facts. That's facts. That's facts. I'm just manslaughtering people left and right.
Manslaughter. And it's a fraud.
People
side.
probably after last week they probably were like, I have to go commit manslaughter.
I don't know why we turned it.
All right, here we go. Week 13 picks. Last picks of the year. Besides, we might do the bowl edition show. I think that'd be fun. So stay tuned on Twitter, Parlay_Pal. Follow us there for any more information on that and our bet slip for this week. Here we go. Crit Treyman, 5 and 7 on the year. What is your last pick? Week 13 pick. What do you got?
I thought I was going first.
So I
for
won
sure.
this week. So I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
could
sure Joe
have
did.
swore.
No, we go in the opposite of the standings.
all
We've
right.
been doing this all year.
No, we
He's
haven't.
switched
That's
it
not
up
how
like
it
No, we
works.
haven't.
That's not how
We
it
haven't
works.
been doing
But yeah,
it.
sure, I have my bet. I've been waiting on this game for like 3 months. I'm shocked that the spread's this low. Ohio State, now it's -8 at Michigan. If it was anything under, I don't know, 15, it would have been the biggest bet of my life. -8 is the
I
biggest
thought you
bet
said it
of my
already
life.
was your best bet.
It is. It's the biggest bet of my life. It's the game of the year. It's my lock of the millennium. Whatever you want to say, they're going to win this game by 20.
All right, I will have to cross this off my list because that was going to be my pick.
Harbaugh history against Ohio State. He's been the coach.
Or
of Michigan
Harbaugh
since-
in big games. He hasn't
Well,
lost a
yeah.
big game this year. It's bound to happen.
It's true. And so history against Ohio State, the
Yes, they did.
average,
What game they lose?
Michigan
Michigan State.
Listen,
pretty big game.
So they're
But-
the only big game they have.
Let's do it for another one.
Average loss of 18 points against Ohio State. And it's only been less than a 10-point game once since Harbaugh's been there. And that was when I think Ohio State was like 8th in the nation.
Yes.
Go.
Joe's raising his hand.
Could this also be like one of them games that feels like
No.
like,
It's a don't think, just throw.
No.
Like, don't think, throw.
The Sharps
Like,
are already
that's it.
on it, open at 6.5. The line's moving on a daily basis. The Sharps are on it. Ohio State's clicking. CJ
Bro, I'm
Stroud's
telling
gonna
you,
don't think
this is
throw.
one of them games.
No, it's
come
not.
Saturday, it's gonna be back
not.
down to 7.
CJ Stroud's gonna win this.
doesn't-
It's
it
gonna win
doesn't
the
matter.
Heisman. Heisman players who win the Heisman don't really lose these kind of games.
Wait, Heisman players who win the Heisman?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have to win the Heisman to be a Heisman player?
No. You can just
It's just don't
a
overthink
Heisman
it.
player.
The more you think about it, the more you'll talk yourself into. No, just
I don't-
don't think. Throw Ohio State.
That
That
doesn't make
simple.
any sense.
Don't think, do.
What is this? Oh, this is
What
12
does
o'clock,
it
right?
Yeah,
If
If
it
it was
was
a 4,
Heisman,
if the parlay was dead, I would fire Michigan.
you can fire Michigan now if you want. I never said you had to.
No,
make
I
money.
can't. It's brand. It's illegal. Here we go
Chris,
with
don't
this
talk
shit.
about making
Here we
people
go with
money.
this shit again.
Don't talk about
Ohio
making money.
State
You're
shit
5 and
again.
7.
Ohio State's going to
I will
manslaughter.
say-
You're only as good as
They're
your
gonna
last game, am I
manslaughter
right?
them.
No.
You're only as good as
I
your
will
last game.
say it
Michigan's
is a
playing
12
well.
o'clock kickoff, right?
In Michigan.
Yeah, in Michigan.
Crowd might not be that big of a factor.
What the fuck? It's Michigan. They can pack 110,000 in
They have
there.
like the biggest
They have
stadium
the
in
biggest
country.
crowd ever.
They can
If
play
you're
at 7
only
a.m.
talking
though,
about
it's
crowd,
It's gonna be a little chilly too.
They don't care. They don't care.
Michigan
Michigan doesn't care.
Crowd not a factor.
There's gonna be 110,000 people.
I
there.
The
think
crowd's
the
not gonna be a
over's like-
factor. If they win, they're going to the playoffs.
It's also the biggest college game of the year.
There's gonna be 110,000
Thanksgiving weekend, bro.
They're
Everyone's
gonna
home with
make-
their
they're gonna
family.
make
Yeah, they're home with their
They're
family.
home with their family,
Students are
bro.
going home. They're not staying in Michigan.
There's gonna be 110,000 people there.
I kinda
Forget
like
if the
the-
students are going home. People flying from like Portuguese to see this fucking.
Portuguese? Where?
Yeah,
Portuguese.
Yeah, dude.
Where's
Fuck
that
it.
country?
Yeah, I'm wondering where that is.
Portuguese. Not the country, the language.
This show is just we have
Ohio
no, we have
State
no
minus eight.
credibility.
There you
Bro, Michigan's crowd is going to make Colorado's crowd last week look like
You know, who
Colorado-
covered?
kindergarten.
Colorado's
Who
crowd
covered? Who
was
not only
pumping.
covered, who won the game because of the crowd. Second
It was
most
so good.
attended crowd in the Pac-12.
I think the Colorado's Twitter page just blatantly
They just lied.
They did.
100%.
All right, I'm going, and I guess I have to go to my emergency.
Oh,
pick.
you know what it is? Wait, before you go. When he wins, he goes by standing, so he can pick second or
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
And then when he loses, he goes
goes
by whoever
first.
lost the week before. Ryan
Because
just
we
always
told
wants to
him-
be in that top couple picks.
Yeah.
Not true. I've just been at the
Because we
bottom.
told them you were
here.
totally supposed to go first.
I'm gonna go back and find
I've
out.
just been in the bottom.
I'm gonna go back and find out.
All right, well, I have to go to my emergency pick, unfortunately. I had Ohio State minus
You
8
have
at
two picks?
Michigan. I had to.
Because he knew he was putting himself second.
Facts. That's all he does. He just puts
All right,
himself
so
second.
I am taking South Carolina plus 11.5 versus Clemson home dog. DJ Ugalari.
AJ Larry? Who?
DJ Ugalari.
DJ Ugalari
Every week.
is banged up. There's no Justin Ross. South Carolina plays well at home. They've won their last 4 home games, being Auburn, Florida, Vanderbilt, Troy. They lost 16-0 at home against Kentucky. South Carolina is a great, solid defense. There's too many points against Clemson's horrible offense.
What's the number?
11.5.
Clemson's offense
What's the
be
total of
quick
that
in.
game? That game might score like,
Like 49.
Can you go plug
I
in?
might like the under.
No, it's like 44.
I like the under.
No,
I
it's
don't
like
know.
49. It's
I
49.
can't get out.
I almost want to give him my bet.
Sean, can you plug his phone in?
Where's his?
Up there.
I got you, Joe.
Thanks, Sean.
What is going on? Doing? What
Sean's the
is
goat. Sean's the goat. Go ahead, continue.
Are we? You can
was
give me
talking.
your bet, Chris. I'll take a deal. I'm
It should
opening
be on
a
the
deal.
lamp. You see it?
Chris,
Yeah, it's the thing. It's the
I
thing,
just want to
right?
make sure this
I
game
guess.
is at.
what is
It's
going
on
on? Like, why are we plugging phones in the
It's
charger?
like-
Is that
It is on Saturday.
What game?
We might be
Is it
making
an
a
iPhone
deal
charger
here
or
on
no?
Parlay Pal.
No. Here, I'll just put it
Are
on
you
here.
taking it?
What about the white one? That's not an iPhone charger?
No, it's
Right
like a
now.
pad.
Are we making a deal?
No.
So I have to go with my emergency.
You gotta
pick.
go with your emergency pick.
I don't want to go with my emergency pick, but
I don't
want you
like
to go
it
with that
either.
either. That shit sucks.
What?
Are you sure that game's on Saturday? Maybe it's on a Friday?
No, it's on Saturday.
Fuck.
South Carolina plus 11.5 versus Clemson. Sprinkle money line.
It's in South Carolina. It's in South Carolina.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Go Cox!
Go Cox.
Home dogs win 61% of the time.
South Carolina's a team that didn't have a quarterback to start the year.
Yeah, that's that.
They don't need a quarterback. It's not hard to play quarterback, like you said.
It's true. True.
All right, that's a 2-leg parlay. Looks like 2 wins to me. Next up is Money Mike to go over 500.
Florida State over 58.
I'll show you where he goes Florida.
Take Florida.
I
like
it.
it.
I want to take Florida State.
I hate Florida State.
What is the
They're a
total?
good team. And Florida quit.
58.
59.
59
59.
at 12 Saturday.
12
I
o'clock.
like that bet.
Lot of points. That's all you need to know.
A lot of points. I mean, you really won over the crowd on that one. Is that all you got?
The total just looks low. That number looks low.
Yeah.
So is this one of the
Florida
games
scores a
where
lot.
you think about it and like you shouldn't, but like maybe it's wrong, so we
No.
shouldn't be going under?
just-
Florida,
that's what
who even knows who's coaching them, who's going to coach them next year? They're just going to go out and
Tim
ball out and
I'll
hope that they
coach
don't lose their scholarships.
If they
or
offer
score
me a
touchdowns.
contract, I'll coach him.
Anthony Richardson or whatever he's
Get
all
ready
into
to
the transfer portal.
Facts.
Florida State isn't as bad as the
Amani
people think
graduates.
they are.
Florida State is good. Like
They-
they're not good, but they're a lot better
Amani
than they were early
graduates.
on.
Yeah, they just both teams just score points. It's
I-
two Florida teams.
I think the only thing I'm worried about is
Two
if Florida
Florida teams.
I don't know what that means.
Florida teams.
Our reasons suck.
Florida teams, they're fast. They score.
Two Florida
And
teams.
it's hot in
It's
Florida.
warm down in Florida.
Sean just said it's hot.
Speed equals points. Speed equals points. The only thing I'm worried about is if Florida just lays an egg.
How
I don't
the
think they
attendance?
will.
That's
They're playing for their scholarships right now.
Dude, the total for the Clemson game is 43.
Yeah, I'd still like the under. But
Me too.
that means the 11.
it's
seems
gonna
bigger.
be like 10-0.
We covered.
We do
It's
cover.
gonna be like 13-0.
All right,
now we don't cover.
Next up, Joey Two-Time. You are up. Week 13 pick.
10:30 p.m.
Oh,
boy.
For this one.
UCLA -6.5 against Cal.
Oh, I like that. Cal stinks.
Cal stinks.
Yeah, I like that.
Cal stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, UCLA don't have much to play for.
They're home,
except
too?
Chip still wants to,
They're home too.
It's in UCLA. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
So
Trade? You want trade picks?
no, I just think Chip. They were supposed to be really not really good, but they were supposed to be in the running for the Pac-12, and I mean they're not anymore, right? Like they officially
Yeah, I
cannot
think
be.
they're out.
Even if it's what it'll be Oregon State. I guess
Yeah, it's Oregon versus Oregon State.
Probably because they lacked the attendance. They weren't in the top 2 in attendance.
I wouldn't go to football games if I went to UCLA either.
It's true. There's a lot to do in LA. A lot more to do than see
I go to
7 and
basketball.
5 UCLA.
I go to basketball games.
I'm looking to see if I can change my pick.
What?
Michigan State moved to +2 after the signing of Franklin, Penn State.
Wait, you're
Michigan
changing.
State,
Wait, you're
too.
changing your pick.
I'm considering it.
No, you're locked in.
State, too.
You're
All right,
locked
Shawnee
in.
Braun, you're up. What do you got?
you
Bring
can
us
change your
home.
pick, bro.
I got
Go
Bama
Friday.
-19.5 against Auburn at Auburn. Bo Nix is dead, so
He's not dead. He's alive.
Bo Nix's ankle's dead.
He's not
Okay, well,
dead.
he
His
is not
ankle,
dead.
his ankle is shattered.
If Bo Nix had died, actually, and you were to take Alabama, we'd have a problem.
Is Auburn's backup quarterback bad? He's
I
probably
mean-
a 5-star player.
I mean-
what does that matter? We watch every other backup quarterback play, and they all stink.
I mean,
Every team's backup
when-
quarterback.
when Bo-
Earlier this year,
listen,
you guys were talking
listen.
about this backup quarterback should be at the high.
Oh, fuck, but he don't count. He should be their
He's
starter.
going to be the high.
When
Not only should.
when Bo
Right,
Bo
no,
Nix,
the-
can you let me finish?
No.
When-
We're trying.
No.
When
When
Bo
Bo Nix
Nix-
went down against Mississippi State, Mississippi State outscored them 33-6.
Oh yeah, the kid got thrown in, no preparation.
Yeah,
no this, no
All right,
that.
they lost to South Carolina last week.
But Sean, what you need to
Hey,
What
that's
you
our
going at my
fifth-
team for?
They lost to what?
what you need to understand is it's not that hard to be a quarterback, man.
Oh,
Anybody can
yeah, I
do that
forgot.
shit.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
That's actually facts.
That
Especially
is
if you got legs under you, you can
But-
run.
Throw a little
Against
bit.
Alabama, it might get a little hectic. Pocket's gonna collapse. You can get outside, throw the ball. You know.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
What do you
You
guys
know?
think the spread would be if Bo Nix was playing? Like
In,
how
it's
much?
in Auburn.
It's in Auburn.
Bo
Which
Nix, Bo Nix,
crazy
Can we stop
shit
saying in
happened.
Auburn? Can we say at Auburn?
Bo Nix is like 11 points.
Probably like 14.
No.
8.5. No. Less than
How
two
many
touchdowns.
points is Bo Nix worth?
Less than 2 touchdowns.
I heard the Auburn
Spread would be less
quarterback's
than 2
pretty good.
touchdowns. I put that on my mama. 8.5.
Yeah, I would have said 10, yeah, maybe 8, and I would have loved.
I don't know,
Auburn.
guys. Is this a look ahead game for Bama?
If this wasn't like the
It's
top,
such terrible, like.
well, no, that's
Off
like. But if
reasons.
this wasn't like a top 5 rivalry in college football, I'd say.
What time do they play? Are the Alabama fans gonna be
I think
there?
it's
or
a
not?
3:30
matter
game. I think it's a
anymore?
3 game. I think it's a.
I think
I
it's
really
a
don't
look-ahead
think.
game.
I really don't think it
could
matters.
Be. It could be.
I think it's a
It could
look
be.
ahead game.
If Bo Nix
I
was
think-
in, I would have hammered Auburn.
I
Like,
think we're gonna get that shitty Bama that played against like LSU.
You could. It wouldn't surprise me. I wanted Bo Nix to play this game because I wanted to bet Auburn, like money line.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
this feels like a look ahead game.
But Auburn, I mean, I get where some Auburn could be that bad. Like,
Could be.
to
Like,
where
yeah,
Bama
like,
doesn't
they
have
could
to
lose
try.
by-
Like,
they could
Bama's
lose
beat
by
teams
points.
better than, like, still outscores.
Listen,
Auburn
Bama
by
beat
points.
Mississippi State 49-9.
Yeah, but like I just don't
Bo
think
Nix
that
went
works.
out. Yeah, I think it does. How's it not?
These rivalry games, like you just.
I
don't
mean,
know,
I
like,
guess,
don't
I
care
guess,
about Bama,
I,
Mississippi State.
I know it's a
Like,
rivalry game, but like, I feel like that's.
It's like the second biggest rivalry in college football. It's like Ohio State, Michigan, and then there's the Iron Bowl. And like every
Yeah.
year, like so, like
And it's
the Iron
always
Bowl
close, I
typically
feel
goes if it's in Bama, they win by 100. If it's in Auburn, like Auburn wins, they cover.
So
it's
what
like
is
a
there
one
saying in
score.
places? Isn't it at?
I don't know.
In Auburn, it's at Auburn.
We're in Stratford. The game's in Auburn.
Yeah, but
It
Auburn
is-
isn't the fucking city. It's
Yeah,
the
it is, you
college.
idiot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Auburn, Alabama? Is that what it's
Uh-huh. I think.
I think it's New York.
Just put in my bet for South Carolina.
Auburn. I want to say it's New York. I don't
Just
know.
happened.
What did you
at?
just
Are you
say?
thinking of Albany?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Albany.
The more we
Oh,
talk,
shit.
the worse it gets.
I'm
don't
thinking
know.
of Albany.
Sean, the reason it's such a big rivalry game is because both the colleges are in the same state. You could drive to both colleges.
You
from
think
one
the
to the other.
Filipino
You
or
just
something?
thought Auburn was in New York.
Filipino, I said Portuguese.
You're doing a college football show. The fuck are you doing? What's going on here?
I
You
am.
have the best record. You thought Auburn was in New York.
And Mike said, did you thought Albany?
Well-
and Sean was like, yeah, I think so. Mike, did you get coffee, dude?
No.
Good. I'm
All right, well that's it. That's Parlay Pals. Here's the parlay. Last one of the year. Ohio State -8 at Michigan. I don't think any fans are gonna be there for that one. South Carolina +11.5
Definitely no fans.
versus
It's in
Clemson. Go
South Carolina.
Cox. Sprinkle money line.
Don't do that.
Home dog. Then we got Florida versus Florida State.
There might be no fans of that one.
Over 59. Take it because they're both Florida.
And it's hot, hot, hot.
And it's hot, hot, hot.
Speed equals points.
Playing for
UCLA.
scholarships.
UCLA -6.5 versus Cal. I like that
I
a
hate
lot.
it. I hate that
I like
everybody
it.
likes
I will
it.
be
hate
batting
it.
I don't
that.
like it.
I hate
I will
that
be batting
game.
that single-handed.
That lost. If you didn't just say that right there, that would have lost. We might have been cheering.
I actually hate
And
it.
then
We might have
Bama
checked.
-19.5 at Auburn because Bo Nix died.
Bo Nix did.
Sounds about right. So thank you for watching us on the year.
Auburn, New York.
Could you imagine if Bo Nix actually died? Auburn should be favored.
We're in
I
New
would-
York.
last
Well,
one
yeah, if he
Pals.
died-
I wouldn't sprinkle the money line. I would throw my bank account.
Well, yeah.
Like if Bo Nix actually died.
There's nothing
That's Auburn.
you can't
She wrote that song about Auburn, New York.
Now you're
It's really been,
Auburn.
really been a roller coaster every year. Thanks for tuning in.
Auburn.
Follow us on Twitter.
Do the
Check out the
intro real
Bowl
fast.
special.
Welcome back to Parlay Pals.
We should redo the show with different picks, but you know what? It is what it
What the fuck
is.
you trying to say about my pick?
It is what
Parlay
it
Pals
is.
out for the year. Later.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Goodbye.
That was fucking unbelievable.
Parlay Pals.